Hello, Michael here. Looking at Psalms 38 again today, specifically verse 8 through 10, and we'll check on the exposition from the Treasury of David. Let's go ahead and read those three verses. The psalm, which is subtitled, "Do not forsake me, O Lord." Verse 8. I am feeble and sore broken. I have roared by reason of the disquietness of my heart. Verse 9. Lord, all my desire is before thee, and my groaning is not hid from thee. Verse 10. My heart panteth, my strength faileth me. As for the light of mine eyes, it also is gone from me. And so we turn to the Treasury of David. Verse 8. I am feeble. The original is benumbed or frozen. Such strange incongruities and contradictions meet in a distracted mind and a sick body. It appears to itself to be alternately parched with heat and pinched with cold. Like souls in the popish fabled purgatory, tossed from burning furnaces into thick ice, so tormented hearts rush from one extreme to the other, with equal torture in each. A heat of fear, a chill of horror, a flaming desire, a horrible insensibility. By these successive miseries, a convinced sinner is brought to death's door, and sore broken, crushed as in a mill, pounded as in a mortar. The body of the sick man appears to be all out of joint and smashed into a palpitating pulp, and the soul of the desponding is in an equally wretched case, as a victim crushed under the car of Juggernaut. Such is a soul over whose conscience the wheels of divine wrath have forced their awful way. I have roared by reason of the disquietness of my heart. Deep and hoarse is the voice of sorrow, and often inarticulate and terrible. The heart learns groanings which cannot be uttered, and the voice fails to tone and tune itself to human speech. When our prayers appear to be rather animal than spiritual, they are nonetheless prevalent with the pitiful Father of mercy. He hears the murmurs of the heart and the roaring of the soul because of sin, and in due time he comes to relieve his afflicted. The more closely the preceding portrait of an awkward soul is studied in the light of experience, the more will its striking accuracy appear. It cannot be a description of merely outward disorder, graphic as it might then be. It has a depth and pathos in it which only the soul's mysterious and awful agony can fully match. Verse 9. Lord, all my desire is before thee, if unuttered, yet perceived. Blessed be God. He reads the longings of our hearts. Nothing can be hidden from him. What we cannot tell to him, he perfectly understands. The psalmist is conscious that he has not exaggerated, and therefore appeals to heaven for a confirmation of his words. The good physician understands the symptoms of our disease and sees the hidden evil which they reveal. Hence our case is safe in his hands, and my groaning is not hid from thee. He takes the meaning of our tears, the language of our groans. Sorrow and anguish hide themselves from the observation of man, but God spies them out. None more lonely than the broken-hearted sinner, yet hath he the Lord for his companion. Verse 10. My heart panteth. Here begins another tale of woe. He was so dreadfully pained by the unkindness of friends that his heart was in a state of perpetual palpitation. Sharp and quick were the beatings of his heart. He was like a hunted roe, filled with distressing alarms, and ready to fly out of itself with fear. The soul seeks sympathy in sorrow, and if it finds none, its sorrowful heart throbs are incessant. My strength faileth me. What with disease and distraction, he was weakened and ready to expire. A sense of sin and a clear perception that none can help us in our distress are enough to bring a man to death's door, especially if there be none to speak a gentle word and point the broken spirit to the beloved physician. As for the light of mine eyes, it also is gone from me. Sweet light departed from his bodily eye, and consolation vanished from his soul. Those who were the very light of his eyes forsook him. Hope, the last lamp of night, was ready to go out. What a plight was the poor convict in! Yet here we have some of us been, and here should we have perished, and not infinite mercy interposed. Now as we remember the loving kindness of the Lord, we see how good it was for us to find our own strength fail us, since it drove us to the strong for strength, and how right it was that our lights should all be quenched, that the Lord's light should be all in all to us. Yes, indeed, sin weighs heavy. May great mercy interpose and save us. Trust you enjoyed the meditation. Michael here declaring yet again, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, be blessed.